This is Family Like the Ghost, and we have our brand new record, Dark Ghost Volume 1, available on Digger's Factory Records. Go to https www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598. And that's www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598. This is an electronica experimental progressive trance album. Pre-order is $24 plus shipping and handling. There are only 200 copies produced. It's a double vinyl record and it will be coming out in April. Again, this is Family Like the Ghost. Appreciate it if you check out www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598. Thank you.
Keep on living, even if it's a crush of being. Oh yeah, because it's even. But some days you're high, and some days you're low, and some days you got nowhere to go. Oh, they're down on us. Oh, someone of the daughters. You was a rap crowd and there came blue on the edge of a petrol dew. And that's enough to get me moved. And that's enough to make me worship the moon. And that's enough to make me, what did I do? And make me wanna go to the contract on you. Essence of a human being, that you have to go on being, even if it's not worth even, you're trying to break even. I talked Thomas with that girl, and I saw her pretty good girl. It seems like she wouldn't put it aside. She got a lot to hide. I went high, I went low. Life goes older, I know I left to go. He got left after the war. Nobody cares about her anymore. And I felt like I had got a door. It closed on me before. And now she called me that word. vulture's gonna pick on your bones. Cause if you could afford to be alone, cause the vulture's gonna pick on your bones. Because if you could afford to be alone. Yeah, yeah, with the essence of the humanity. Cause you can't keep on living. Even if you can't believe it, you're never gonna clean, son. Oh, you presence of a human being. And you can't even break even. So you love with us, sleeping. Not every day your bones, because you couldn't be alone. Vultures on your bones, cause you couldn't be alone. Vultures on your bones, cause you couldn't be alone. You're not dead, no. Vultures on your bones, cause you couldn't be alone. You're not grown and you're not on your own. So
This is Van Electric Ghost. This is episode 148, The Art of Expansive Sound. Now, we've been working on a lot of different projects lately, and one of the latest projects we're working on is another Dark Ghost album that we're going to put out, and it's called Three Things That Lonely Fuck Should Not Do, and it's a mixture of our traditional expansive sound, which relates to using hardware synths like Moog Mother 32s, DFAMs, Arturia mini brutes, and then our new type of recording using the OPZ from Teenage Engineering, which is an awesome sequencer in many production studio that you can create tracks. And we've created a couple of records for this already. We did the album The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in a Tomb, which is mostly totally OPZ tracks with a couple of our hardware synths kind of scattered in. And then Wretched Symphony number 8, which is on all the streaming services right now. This album is kind of a mixture of those styles. We have a song called Essence of a Human Being, which is totally a hardware synth effort. And this particular song is using a Moog DFAM and the ability of the DFAM to do multiple rhythmic percussion sounds at the same time. It can do percussive synth plus analog sounding leads and flourishes. So there's a lot of sonic goodness coming from the DFAM. And then on top of it, we have a Mother 32 running through a make noise maths module, which is a utility module that allows you to do a lot of modulation, a lot of different opportunities, and you can have all kinds of routing through controlled voltage wiring. So we use the physical controlled voltage wiring as part of the art of expansive sound. Is that idea kind of like Sun Ra, kind of like a jam band like the Allman Brothers, that you just lay down tracks from feeling a vibe. And so we feel a vibe. We do stream of consciousness poetry with our stream of consciousness type of recording to build songs. Now, the change in this structure is the Teenage Engineering OPZ allows us to have very structured, sequenced beats that you would typically get out of a DAW or, coming out of an MPX or an MPC from a Kai. It would be that type of structure. It would be a lot tighter. But the OPZ also allows you to kind of do what I do in terms of expansive sound, you can play with the OPZ. What I've been doing is create tracks and then kind of manually bounce between them, use the manual override and the tape loop functions to play the filter. What you say is I play the OPZ and live record it, which basically gives you the ability to have quantized structured tracks, but have a variable structure to them that it would not be typical sequencing, which would be more structured because you would do part 1, 4, 7, then repeat part 2. You can do that, or you can go and manually do it in a freeform DJ way. So you take some aspects of EDM, some aspects of free jazz, and do that. And then sometimes what we do is layer a synth like a DFAM. But particularly in this set of songs, the essence of a human being is using the Mother 32 to a great effect with its sequencer, running it through the filter. And they're also playing with not only the make noise filters, but the actual Mother 32 ladder filter as well. Then Wretched Erect Effect is a total sex bomb from Josephine Electric, my alter ego, using the VT4 for her voice. And we've learned more about the VT4. We're using it a lot right now. And what we're doing now is we're using the USB connection into our MX1 mixer rather than the 1/4-inch lines. We found that at least maybe the wires we have for our 1/4-inch aren't high quality enough. We probably need to get gold tip wires to be able to move that signal in a tight way without a lot of interference. So when we bring it in through USB, we get a lot cleaner signal with less white noise and any kind of static. So we've been using the USB method of using the VT4 connected to a studio electronics mic. And then the VT4 goes into an MX1 mixer, and then it also goes into a Zoom R24. So what happens there is an expansive sound. We have the ability to mold the sound with the VT4 to create Josephine's voice using format and reverb and all kinds of effects. And now you can actually use a harmony capability along with multiple effects. So the VT4 can assign multiple effects in terms of reverb, like a megaphone, a robot, vocoder, pitch altering, in harmony. And so you can do noise filters. So there's a lot of capability just there. And then once you bring it into the MX1 performance mix, you could add like digital delay, you could add bit crush. We've been using bit crush and digital delay a lot. And then there's a native filter on the MX1 that allows you to do all kinds of filter sweeps and changes, like 8 different types of filters. And so that gives you a lot of choices, a lot of palettes, sonic palettes to choose from just for Josephine's voice. And then on the Zoom R24, you can record it with multiple mastering and initial recording techniques. So when you initially record, you can have a profile, and then you can go into a mastering profile. So it gives you a lot of choices, and you can see sometimes with our songs, we go through different versions, selecting those different choices in terms of how we master the record. And lately, we've been using Beautiful Audio, which is a tool you can use on a Chromebook to add compression and some other effects that you can add through that Beautiful Audio interface and kind of equalize out the sound if we've got any stereo issues, which normally we don't have, but sometimes you can with audio equipment, especially monophonic synthesizers. Sometimes you get issues with right and left channels. Most of the time we solve that with our dual mixer setup. So part of Expansive Sounds, we take our monophonic synths, we bring them into an MX1 mixer from Roland, and that comes in with a monophonic signal, but it comes out as stereo. And then we bring it into a Zoom on 2 lines, so it gets a left and right effect, which normally you could do within a DAW. You can just set it to pan right and left, but you can also do it this hardware technique of bringing a monophonic signal into one mixer and then outputting it into another mixer as stereo. We find that sometimes that allows us to not have compressed sound and a deeper sound than what you can get in a DAW. But we have been using some electronic techniques like Beautiful Audio, and we use landar.com to do our final master. So the Wretched Erect Effect is Josephine talking about different types of, sexual erections. So females having erect nipples and men having erect penises. And what's going on in this song is that she just, totally into a kind of sex romp, talking about, how she's going to feel the erect nipples of her lover and the erect position of her male lover. So that's what is going on in that song. And it's totally done with the Teenage Engineering OPZ. And it's very, off the cuff, stream of consciousness type of song. We initially built it on the OPZ and then brought it into an MX1 mixer and added some big crush and delay. And also playing with the roller effect. Also, on the Essence of a Human Being, we used the roller effect a lot to add some breaks into the DFAM. Because one thing about the DFAM is sometimes, unless you hit the stop button, it tends to keep on droning in a very repetitive beat. You have to play the filters and play the different oscillators in terms of turning one oscillator on, turning both oscillators on and off to kind of adjust the sound. You can actually change the rhythmic nature of it with the step controls on the velocity and pitch, but we find that using sometimes effects like a roller and big crushes and other things can also break it up. And you can also route it into a math module and put breaks through CV, actually do CV controlled breaks that break up the beat so that you can have different structures. And you can also run the DFAM into the math module to change the beat dynamically with the math module, which is another method. And you could also control with a Mother 3.2, which we haven't fully done yet. We're looking at some Lollipop videos on how that process works. So we're going to work into that later. But we are pushing our Dark Ghost Volume 1 record, which we have an ad for now, and we're going to be putting a lot of effort to try to push this record. We have a lot of fans on Anchor now, 8.2K. So what we're kind of stressing to our fan base is, could you please check out our first vinyl record, Dark Ghost Volume 1, on Diggers Factory Records. You can get to it, and I'm going to do an active promo here. You go to www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598. That's www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598. The link is on the profile for the Anchor broadcast. So thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you later.